Regardless of the research method that's used, psychologists must fully consider the ethical issues involved in their studies. Are the researchers asking the participants to do something unreasonable? Are the participants risking physical or emotional harm from the study? If there's any risk at all, are the objectives of the research important enough to justify asking people to accept those risks? To ensure the participants' well-being, all colleges, universities, and research institutes have strict guidelines in place regarding research. All researchers must follow those guidelines. The guardians of the ethical guidelines at schools and other institutions where research is conducted are institution review boards, which are also known as IRBs. These boards consist of administrators, legal advisors, trained scholars, and other members of the community. The members review all proposed research to ensure that it meets scientific standards. For research to be ethical, 4 main issues must be addressed. The first is privacy. Researchers must respect participants' privacy. For example, it is ethical to observe people without their knowledge in public, such as an airport, but it's not ethical to observe private behaviors without people's knowledge. The second issue is confidentiality. Participants' information must be kept secret. It can be made available only to the few people who need to know it. This confidentiality prevents other people from linking the study's findings to the actual participants. The third is informed consent. Informed consent means that people must be told about the research and they can choose to participate or not. Usually, the participant gives consent in writing before the study begins. Sometimes, knowing a study's specific goals before the research starts could alter the participant's behavior. That alteration could make the results meaningless. In such a case, the researchers may use deception to mislead participants about the study. If deception is used, once the study is completed, the researcher must inform the participants of the study's goals and explain why deception was necessary. The fourth issue is protection from harm. Researchers cannot ask participants to endure unreasonable pain or discomfort. However, potential gains from research sometimes require asking participants to expose themselves to some risk to obtain important findings. The risk-benefit ratio is an analysis of whether the research is important enough to be worth placing participants at some risk. In fact, you can experience psychological research yourself if you volunteer to participate in studies. By participating in this research, you can learn more about psychology, and you can rest easy knowing that you'll be protected by rigorous ethical guidelines. Most importantly, you will also be contributing to the scientific research that shows how humans think, feel, and behave.